What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys for clicking on today's video. Had a loyal Patreon subscriber want me to talk about the Kim Kardashian situation and how on the recent episode, I guess, because I don't watch the show, of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Kim was basically saying that, you know, she regrets the fact that she shot a flick, we'll just put it that way, with Ray J during the start of her career and her rise to celebrity status. And how that even though she shot that movie, that adult film with Ray J, she has a lot of regret doing that, and if she could go back in time, she wouldn't do that necessarily, and she wishes she could erase that from her past because, you know, it's going to be difficult explaining to her daughters why she did what she did when she was younger, which is what a lot of women are going to have to explain to their daughters when they come of age as well. This isn't something new. This is a trend of what we're seeing with modern women. This is what I've been saying on this channel for over a year now. That when it's time, and these women aren't thinking about this right now, when they're in their 20s right now, making all this money off of OnlyFans, when they're getting, sending pictures here and there, they're flying out, they're having articles written about them, you know, they're getting pulled up in World Star videos of them in the backseat of a car or whatever. You know, all these videos that are surfacing out there. We live in the age of the information with all this social media presence and cameras everywhere, and just the ability to share media at just so fast across the entire world. We're all so connected as a community now. A lot of women are going to have to explain to their daughters why they spent their 18 to 23-year-old period of time taking facials, getting dug out on camera, you know, exposing themselves, doing certain things, swallowing certain things, putting certain objects in them. They're gonna have to explain these things to their daughters, to their sons. Their poor kids are gonna have to deal with bullying when they go to school. And, you know, unfortunately, a lot of times these women that are doing this, they're not thinking about that in the future and the fact that they're going to have to explain that. And they also don't really care right now, all right? They don't have to worry about a man settling down with them because they see all these beta males that are still wifing up these 304s well after their carousel rides. So they think to themselves, hey, you know what? If a P-star like Lana Rhoades, a P-star like Mia Khalifa can settle down or can get a boyfriend or at least someone to propose to them, Riley Reid, then heck, I could do the same thing. You know, they did it at a much larger scale than me. And, you know, at the end of that tunnel, at the end of this carousel ride that they're riding on, eventually a little simp's gonna wife them up too. That's what their mindset is thinking because they see it happening in the media, and we continue to have these suckers out here that are allowing this to happen. But they're not thinking about the damage that's going to cause in the future because, you know, if you would have told a younger Mia Khalifa, if you would have told a younger Lana Rhoades, all these women that are trying to delete their past history of how they got their celebrity status and the things they had to do to get to the top as women in the entertainment industry, or the adult entertainment industry, that now want it erased, the younger version of themselves would definitely not have that insight to think about the future consequences of their actions, because women walk around as, for the most part, children with just a set of teeth. That's literally it. But I wanted to talk about 3 ways in general that a woman's past will affect her future when it comes to dating and her ability to attract a certain caliber of man later on, and the effects of having a promiscuous past like this. What will that lead to in the future? So I got 3 notes for women in general, and then I got 3 more notes for Kim Kardashian specifically, and why she's regretting being famous off a home flick with Ray J. With no further ado, let's get it started. The first reason women try to erase their promiscuous history in the past is because it will affect their life status and their marriageability. So when a woman has a past history of, you know, swallowing seed, being a seed demon like this on camera, especially, that's just not even by word of mouth. We're talking about, you know, the Kim Kardashian video was on camera, just like a lot of these women are getting banged out and they're recording it and they're being exposed on the internet, on websites for free for the most part. All right, sometimes it's behind a paywall, but for the most part it's free to the public, and sometimes it gets leaked. So these are free websites that are promoting these women getting dug out on camera, and their personal life and status will be affected by this, as well as their ability to get married by men, because men value virtue. When a woman has a promiscuous history, that makes her undesirable for a large majority of men. All right, now there is a small percentage of men that, you know what, they don't really care about that. They're so thirsty, they're such simps that they're willing to like stick their tongue inside a sewer basically at this point, and they'll still wife these women up. But for the most part, and most men, you know, if a man finds out that a woman's been doing all this in the past, that's going to affect her potential suitors who want to wife her up. But I'm not going to lie to you guys and say that you need to find a virgin, because we know how rare that is. But you need to find a woman that has at least valued her body enough to not share it with Jim, Bob, Billy Bob, his cousin, his uncle, whoever it may be, all these different guys, and then expect you to come in with your cape on and come rescue her and come save her. We don't play that around here. Point number 2, judgment on the woman's ability to be a good mother. When a woman has a promiscuous past, I oftentimes think to myself, if she has a promiscuous past and I happen to have a daughter with this woman, how will she raise that daughter? What type of mindset based on this woman's past makes me think that she would raise a daughter any differently than how she's raised her own self and the choices she's made to sleep around, to get dug out, to have a promiscuous past like this? And you guys should be thinking the same thing. What's stopping her from teaching your daughter to do the same thing? And she doesn't even have to teach her daughter to do the same thing like verbally. Your daughter could just see her actions and her behavior and then see you as the simp that decided to, you know, wife her up, keep her close by, provide for her. And she's thinking in her mind, the daughter is, that, hey, I could have a promiscuous past and a man's going to save me of my dad's caliber level. And I'm hoping if you're a man on your purpose and watching this, you shouldn't be in that situation in the first place. But if you're watching this and you're that guy, she's thinking, I can get a high quality man to come and rescue me, and I can still act like a 304 and have 304 tendencies, because when I was younger, I was a 304. And this high value man that is successful, that's an alpha, is going to just forget about my past because it doesn't matter, because I see my dad doing that. I see my mom's boyfriend doing that. Or if you think about the situation reverse and we see that this woman that had a promiscuous past now has a son, and the son sees that his mother was once promiscuous, you know, he's going to justify in his mind that it's okay to wife up a 304 or a woman that has these tendencies because that's my mom, and that's the only example that he's seeing in his life. So he's going to be a super simp later on. He's going to be a Captain Save-A-Thought and come and try to save the day with all of these neighborhood scallywags. Point number 3 for you guys is future job opportunities. A lot of women aren't thinking about the future. All right, they're just enjoying the money they're making now. They're enjoying that bread, that Patreon bread, that OnlyFans bread, that P-Hub bread, the subscription base, whatever it may be, exploiting themselves, all that paper they're getting right now when they're young. But eventually, and a lot of women don't understand marketing and how it works, that paper, that bread, that body that you have, if you have to keep maintaining it, it's eventually like an old used car if you don't put maintenance on it. And even if you do, it's still going to be an old car. You're putting miles on it. Eventually, it's going to die on you. It's going to run out. There's only so many enhancements and assets you can buy for yourself and do for yourself, ladies, before it's too late. Before that old car that you've taken out all the exterior, it still has an old engine inside. It still has old parts, but it has a nice exterior because you bought new parts for it and you've tried to maintain that vehicle. But deep down underneath the surface of that car, it's still an old car. And women that have a promiscuous past that are now older and regret their decision because they're trying to obtain a new career, because they realize, hey, I'm not as tight as I used to be when I was 18. My skin's not as tight. My you know what's not as tight. I have crow's feet now under my eyes. You know, I don't have the type of body I used to have. Maybe she's given birth already. Maybe she's just starting to sag. She's starting to put on more weight. Her hormone levels are different. She's going through menopause. That cheese, that bread that these women used to have every single month coming in on the regular, it's going to start running low, and they're going to have to look for job opportunities in the real world, working 9-to-5 jobs, or maybe working for themselves in other ways. But because of their promiscuous past, and for this example, we're talking about women that have shown themselves online or have had videos recorded of them or pictures taken of them, that's going to affect their future job opportunities moving forward in that situation. So if you're enjoying this content so far, feel free to drop a like. It really just helps support the content and it helps push this message out to more young guys that want to get this information. Thank you so much. Let's continue with the 3 points and the 3 reasons why Kim Kardashian wants to get rid of her past now. Okay, so what I just talked about the previous 3 points was the 3 reasons why you women in general are trying to get rid of their promiscuous past. But now I want to talk about why Kim K regrets specifically recording that video that she did with Ray J, which blew up her career and all of that, and why she regrets shooting for Playboy and all these different magazine companies and exposing herself that way when she was younger, and why she's trying to disassociate herself and move away from that old lifestyle and who she used to be. With no further ado, let's get into these 3 points. The first point is brand reputation. Kim Kardashian started off her brand in general, and it still is to this day, and what she's trying to get rid of is she is a sexual object. That's what she is. So she's trying to remove herself from being viewed as an object. She no longer wants to associate herself with just being that girl in that video with Ray J that got smashed out. She's trying to remove her brand from that. Unfortunately, she entered the space and she got most of her notoriety from that video. So her reputation and her brand is always going to be attached to something sexually explicit. Now she's embraced certain aspects of it and she's kind of ran along with it, but she's trying to be a professional businesswoman, which is what a lot of these super liberal feminist type of women try to do. They think because they work with men, they think because they got a suit and tie and they tie their hair up, that they can run a business just like a man and they won't be viewed as an object. And unfortunately, when you start your career the way that Kim Kardashian did, which is she's trying to make everyone forget about, you will always forever be categorized in certain people's minds, as well as you constantly revealing yourself and wearing tight clothes and doing certain photo shoots and exposing yourself on camera in other ways. You're always going to be viewed a certain type of way. So if you want to make that transition over to something else, there's going to be a large percentage of your fans and people that know you. They know you as the Kim K that took shots to the face and got smashed out on camera. Unfortunately, that is the cold hard truth. The second point is interference with her marriage and leading to divorce. Okay, Kanye West has made a joke about this many a times, but you know, I think the whole Ray J, I hit it first. When he came out with that music video with the Kim K lookalike, all that, you know, in Life of Pablo, Kanye kind of joked about him and Ray J would be friends, but he has more money, blah blah blah. All they kind of went back and forth about it. That whole music video and, you know, Ray J coming out with that song, that put a little dent in their marriage. Now, if Kim hadn't been promiscuous in the past and done that, who knows where they'd be right now in their marriage? Because no man, all right, no man wants to be, unless he has some type of weird fetish, with a woman that openly got smashed out on camera and then had a man brag about it. And it's in his face constantly, in the media, in the press. This dude just keeps bragging about it, keeps talking about it. That's his claim to fame. Like, Ray J's literally known for that. So that definitely put a dent in their marriage. And I think Kanye definitely held on to that a little more than he liked to admit or say. But I can just imagine being in his situation. I would never marry a woman like that. But when a man is openly talking about how he had a great time with your wife, and there's a video about it still on the internet floating around of that dude piping down your wife on camera, you're going to feel some type of way about it. And it is going to affect your mindset, no matter how you feel about that situation, because, you know, that's something permanent. That's on the internet. Unless the internet just magically disappeared, that's out there forever. And you've already seen it. It's going to be in your mind, even if they got rid of it. And you're a married man that has children with her now, and you're probably thinking to yourself, like, what did I get myself into? And the final reason why Kim K is trying to erase her promiscuous past, and it's sad that this is the final reason, but it really is she's worried about her kids facing backlash for her decisions. All right. So I think they have about 4 kids now, maybe 5 kids, Kim Kardashian and Kanye West. And she's worried now that they're getting a little older that they're going to go to school and, you know, there's going to be kids that tease them, you know. about their mother and her past. These are celebrities. Their kids, because of her promiscuous past, are going to face judgment by other kids' parents, as well as other kids, as well as kids' parents talking behind their back to their kids, and then their kids go to school and talk stuff on the Kardashian West kids. So it's a whole situation. That's a whole nother beast in itself. And women absolutely hate accountability. So Kim's going to have to be accountable for her actions, for her past decisions, and she's starting to right now, but she's gonna have to be more accountable for her decisions, especially when her kid hits her with like, hey mom, why were you getting smashed out on camera when you were 20? Why were you getting flown out? Why were you doing this, that, and the third, swallowing seed, being an absolute seed demon in your 20s? Why were you doing these things? And Kim's gonna have to sit back, really think about why she was doing that, and answer that child. Answer her daughter, answer her son. And that little bit of self-reflection, that little bit of accountability is gonna eat at her ego, because women don't want to have to think about their past decisions like that. They just wanna have fun. Girls just wanna have fun. They don't wanna worry about the consequences of their action and their future. But guess what? Because of her decisions in the past, she's going to have to worry about her children holding her accountable. But that's enough for today. If you guys enjoyed today's video, be sure to drop a like on the video, hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell notifications. Let me know your thoughts. If you learned anything in today's video, also drop a like and follow me on Instagram at LonnieSpence_. See you guys next time.